Hello friends and family of YouTube. Well, I know we ain't supposed to be using four-letter words on YouTube, but I'm about to drop one. Free! Check that out. This right here is free. Yep, been staying here for a good little while now. I'm gonna stay here a little while longer. But man, you can't beat this. So yeah, let me take you around and show you what's going on here. Man, I tell you what, when you live in a forest like I do and you don't ever get to see the sunset, this right here is just so beautiful to me. I just can't get enough of it. But I hate for the sun to go down, because I know once it does go down, I'm not going to get to see this view again until the next day. So, yeah, bittersweet. What you got there? Huh? Can I have that? Let me have that. Let me have that. Give me that stick. Let me have that. You don't need that stick. Let me have that. Here. That's my stick. I put that down there. Oh, let me have it. I hope I'm not boring you guys with this sunset, but I just can't seem to get enough of it. So just wanted to share it with you one little more time before it completely faded on us. It is beautiful. And we got our own light show going up here tonight. Mike from Living Free's got his lights going on the side of his RV and got some music playing, and we got us a fire. Well, it's morning time, and I thought I'd show you a little different angle of this place here. They've got a couple of different places that you can set up camp at, and this is like a small island over here that you can get to just by driving across a little. I guess it's almost like a little bridge, but the thing I hate to see is people like that staying here full time. You know, when it looks like you're having a flea market outside your campsite, you know you've been there too long. But yeah, it's a beautiful little cove here, and see if I can hone in on these base of these trees here. Isn't that neat how the roots of those trees have swollen out like that? Pretty sweet. Well, some of these spots here at the campground are pretty close together. You can see how close me and Mike from Living Free are. Our spots are pretty close by. But anywhere you can see picnic tables, I'm sure you can see those two there. And of course there's several of them further out through here. So there's probably still 20 to 30 maybe spaces out here available. Now, I showed Mike a little trick that I came up with. Mike came out and he said, "Man, I can't believe how close somebody came and set up tent right behind us." I said, "Well, Mike, that's not anybody else. That's me." The reason I set that fake tent up over there and that I put my van over there is because of this generator. I'm going to run this generator nightly, you know, for a little while. I've got to charge up my battery, and of course I like to run the AC a little bit at night before I go to bed, and you know, that way my house is a little cooler before I try to sleep, and I can sleep a little better. So yeah, I set up fake camp over there and hung some dirty laundry up from the tent and put the van there. But I wouldn't have done that if there was no other free site still available. I you know, just didn't want somebody right behind us here and they'd be set up and be upset every time I run the generator. So this way everybody's comfortable, and I try to keep my generator behind the RV with the muffler facing outward, and that way it also kind of helps with the sound. And as long as I use my RV as a sound buffer too, that keeps all the sound back in this area. And that way it tries, you know, I try to keep the sound from getting out this way. And the bathroom house is over there which is right in the center of a lot of these campsites. And I went over there last night just to make sure it wasn't too loud. And if some of you are wondering why I take the panel off of the side of the RV here, I do that so that the heat can rise out of there from behind the refrigerator, and it helps the refrigerator run a little cooler. So, all right, well, let me get out here and enjoy some of this view for today. I know it's hard to get the personality of an animal just watching them on video, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Sober Girl here. Man, this is a good dog. I tell you what, she is very sweet. She's funny too. She likes to rub her butt on me. You see how she's sitting on my foot? I cannot tell you how many times this dog has sat on my foot. And Mike came over, I don't know, it was about 9:30, 10 the other night. I was inside the RV doing some video editing or something, and he came up for a short visit, and when he did, Sober just walked right into the house. She walked right into my RV like, hey, what's going on up in here? Of course, my little dog Muppy was like, hey, we don't need you in here, it's already crowded. But hey, last night we had somebody bring a dresser by for us to have some firewood. I've never had that happen before, so that was pretty cool that they thought of us and brought that by. So now we got to figure out some way to chop this dresser up and throw this thing in the fire tonight. Well, I don't recall if I've talked about it on here before, but they do have a shower house here at Ray Springs, so I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm trying to save the water in my RV because I'm not sure where we're going next, if there is a shower house there or not, so I do want to have as much water in the RV as I can have. But I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm not one on public showering, so I'm going to go in there with my swim trunks, and that way I can at least feel a little more comfortable. But I'm going to take Muppy in there with me and give Muppy a bath. She's needing one. She's been out here playing in the dirt, and she man, yesterday she had so much dirt, her whole face was just covered in mud from her digging holes, and she's been having fun out here. So anyway, yeah, me and Muppy's gonna go take a shower and get her cleaned up, so let's get on it. Well, Muppy took a shower with me, got her all cleaned up. She ain't been out here no time and has already been trying to dig holes in the dirt and get all muddy again. So she might have to go in there with me again tomorrow. As cute as she is, she can't stand to be clean. There's a snake out there in the water. Man, I hope it shows up on the video. He just come from our land here and went straight out that way, so hopefully it ain't a water moccasin, but seemed about the size of one. Usually they're not very big snakes, but man, I sure would hate for one to get a hold of Muppy. Now, if you're ever out and you see these green looking things here with what appears to be like a nut inside, that is a walnut. Now, you don't want to get that black stuff on you. It is hard to get off. But what you can do is you can take those walnuts, you can soak them in water and kind of sift them out a little bit, and even take the walnuts loose, and you can bust them up with a hammer to get them out. But man, I tell you what, those are really good. Of course, you can dry them next to a fire or whatever to get them dried out. The reason I'm out of breath, man, we've been walking down this slope. I don't know if you can tell how steep it is, but anyway, me and Mike's doing quite a good little hike here in the woods, and a lot of beautiful greenery around here. And like I showed you before, there's walnuts, pecans, and persimmons so far, so plenty to eat up here for sure. There's some kind of well over here, or like a silo. I don't know what that's all about, but anyway, that's kind of neat. Boy, the dogs are really enjoying it in here. Got Muppy up here with Sober. Man, they have been a little bit everywhere up here. Well, we found us a cemetery up here on top of this hill after quite a bit of a climb. And one thing that I noticed is this is an infant, as you can read there. The baby was born March 13th, 1863, so if you rewind 9 months from that, that was right before the Civil War, so probably, or in the early times of the Civil War. So what I would imagine is probably before the husband went off to war, he got her pregnated, and unfortunately the baby died the next year in December, so the baby was 1.5 years old when it died. But you know, of course, the sad thing about that is, you know, if the father was to have come home, he would have realized that he lost a child while he was gone. But I'm not sure what's going on down here, but it's talking about some other names, and that must be a mother or father, but it says died February 5th, 1865. So, which is only just, what, 2 months after the baby, which could have been the mother. You know, the mother could have caught some kind of disease that was rampant back then, and maybe the baby caught it as well. So even the father could have returned from war to find both of them had passed, if he was fortunate enough to return. Well, after you've been here for 3 or 4 days, you get bored and you start spying on people and all kind of funny stuff. Well, we got a boat launch. It's pretty close to us here, and man, we have watched a lot of people go over there and load and unload their boats. Man, I tell you what, you never heard such a ruckus when you see a husband and wife trying to do a load and unload a boat. Boy, I tell you what, they'll get to hollering and carrying on at each other. I was hoping this would be a husband and wife team, but it turned out it's just I thought one of them was a woman, but it turned out to be an ugly man. But anyway, looks like these fellas about to get this boat undone here. Let's see how they do. Well, you can tell that one of them's already in the boat, and he had it unhooked so that when that one there would back down into the water, he would come undone. So now this other guy with the truck, he's gonna pull that out of there, and he'll go park that up the hill somewhere. So now this one here is gonna get out here in the water and use his trolling motor. He'll just troll on around here and probably hook it up to the side of that concrete pole there. Look like he's wanting to try to do some fishing first. Yeah, you're gonna see what's going on. Hey, cut that out. Muppy never seen that done before. She had to bark at it. We'll see if he catches anything. Wonder if he's noticed yet he's on film yet. So he's got his trolling motor going now, and he's got it turned. He's got a little foot pedal where he can operate that trolling motor with his foot pedal. And you can see beside the boat there, you can see the little ripples coming out beside it, so I know he's got his trolling motor going. There's a stump right there. Hopefully he don't get caught on it. Muppy, cut that out. Well, about tore up his trolling motor there. Don't want to do that. So now the big one's gonna get in there. I guess the big one's probably the captain. Yep, big one's gonna walk back here to the back and probably get this motor started up. He'll have this thing standing on its end here in a minute. Got to get that motor turned down, get it laying down in there right. Y'all ever watch these bloopers on these fishing shows, you'll know why I'm doing this. Somebody usually ends up in the water. I was hoping these fellas would be a little more entertaining, but they're taking their time making me run a longer video here. Well, it's hard to get tired of a view like this, and man, I sure hate to see it go, but I think tomorrow we're gonna go check out another spot. We might stay tomorrow night, not real certain, but yeah, I sure am gonna miss this view, that's for sure. Such a beautiful place here. If you ever get out this way, it's definitely worth checking out. Lots to see around here as far as other beautiful scenic places, and there's a few things you can do as far as tourist type stuff as well. So yeah, pretty sweet. Folks, I appreciate y'all spending some time with us today, and I really appreciate it if you'd hit the like and subscribe if you hadn't done that already, and we'll get a video out to you real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.